The hum of adventure. The group of friends, John, Lisa, James, and Alice, had been close since childhood. They had always been adventurous, always up for an adventure or thrill. The four friends had grown up together, playing in each other's backyards and attending each other's birthday parties. They had gone on countless adventures throughout their childhood, from exploring the nearby woods to playing late-night hide-and-seek in the park. As they got older, their bond only seemed to strengthen, with John, Lisa, James, and Alice supporting each other through good times and bad. They shared countless memories, from going to the movies together to cooking meals in each other's kitchens. Now, as adults, they were just as eager as ever to embark on another journey together. So, when John suggested they go on a weekend camping trip in the woods, the others immediately agreed. The four of them had been planning the trip for weeks, making sure they had all the supplies they needed. They had been looking forward to getting away from the monotony of their small town and into the wild. And so, on a bright Sunday morning, the four friends set off on their journey. The 2-hour drive was filled with laughter and conversation. John and Lisa reminisced about their past adventures, while James and Alice shared stories about their families. They talked about their plans for the weekend and all the activities they wanted to do. They also spent much of the time singing along to the radio and playing road trip games like I Spy and 20 Questions. Finally, after 2 hours, the group arrived at the campsite. The sun was setting, casting an orange hue onto the sky and the surrounding forest. As they unloaded their supplies and set up the tents, John, Lisa, James, and Alice felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. They were finally in the wild, free from the confines of their everyday lives. The four of them spent the rest of the evening exploring the area and gathering supplies. They all felt so alive, so connected to the natural world around them. The next morning, John woke up to a strange sound echoing through the forest. John exclaimed, "What is this sound?" It was a low, deep humming that seemed to be coming from all directions. He looked around, but couldn't find the source of the noise. Lisa, James, and Alice woke up shortly after, and they too heard the strange noise. "What do you think it is?" asked Alice. At first, none of them knew what to make of it. But as the morning went on, the humming became louder and more persistent. James suggested, "Maybe we should investigate further." The group agreed, and they all set out in search of the source of the mysterious humming. The four of them ventured deeper into the forest and eventually came across a strange metallic structure. John exclaimed, "Whoa! Look at that thing. It looks like an alien spacecraft." It was a large, cylindrical object that seemed to be emitting the noise. Lisa exclaimed, "This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this before." "What do you think happened to the occupants?" "I don't know, but I'm going to find out," James replied. John said, "This must be a UFO. I can't believe we found it." They quickly determined that the object had landed there recently, as there was no evidence of it before. John and Lisa quickly began to theorize about what could have happened and where the occupants of the UFO might have gone. Alice suggested, "Maybe someone else has been here recently. Let's see if we can find any clues." The group decided to explore further and soon came across a small, abandoned campsite. It was clear that someone else had been there recently, as the fire was still smoldering and the supplies were still there. Alice stumbled across a strange journal, written in an unrecognizable language. James and Lisa used the translation app on their phones to decipher the text, and soon the group had a better understanding of the situation. The journal told of a group of 4 aliens who had crash-landed on Earth and were looking for a way to repair their ship and return home. But they had been chased away by a strange creature, and now they were lost. John, Lisa, James, and Alice were shocked, but also determined to help the aliens find their way home. John said, "We have to help the aliens. We can't just leave them here." Lisa agreed, "We have to do something. We can't just let them wander around, lost and alone." James added, "Let's go and see if we can find them. We can't give up now." Alice nodded in agreement, "We have to try. They need our help." The group decided to team up to search for the aliens and the creature that had chased them away. The friends worked together, exploring deeper into the woods and looking for clues. After days of searching, they finally stumbled across the aliens, who were hiding in an old abandoned mine. The group quickly befriended the aliens, and the aliens were grateful for their help. Together, the 6 of them were able to repair the alien ship, and soon the aliens were able to return home. The group of friends returned home that night, exhausted but also exhilarated. Even though they hadn't expected to find aliens that weekend, they couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. "We did it," John said in awe. Lisa smiled, "We never expected this kind of adventure, but we did it." James laughed, "We should do this more often." Alice nodded, "I'm glad we had each other to lean on through this. We make a great team." They all agreed that they had gone through an incredible adventure together and had come out stronger than ever. They all looked forward to more adventures in the future, and they knew they could always count on each other to be by their side.